I'm Jamie Hooper with Remax Crest and jamiehooper.com, and today we're here to talk about why the Greater Vancouver real estate market is not a bubble market. Before we get started, I'd just like to ask you if you get any value out of these email or these videos and you enjoy them, please either click on a like or make a comment, or even subscribe to our YouTube station if you feel so inclined. Also, if you'd like the value of your home emailed to you instantly, just go to vancouverhousevalues.net and we'll be sure to email you out the value of your home right away. So for the last 3.5 years since the foreign buyers tax was implemented, and even going back further as far as 2010, we've been reading and hearing about everywhere about how Vancouver is a bubble market, how it's going to implode, and how all of these economic indicators are pointing the other way. And in spite of that, the market's been just like the Eveready bunny. It just keeps chugging along and along and along. And I want to give you a little clarity today as to why these things or why it keeps moving along, and to give you an understanding. In spite of all the things that the government did through taxation, I call it, and this commenced in August of 2016 with the foreign buyers tax. That was the first thing to come in. Then we had an empty home tax and a speculation tax. Then they increased the property transfer tax on the amount you had to pay on that. To top it all off, they added a stress test to all of this to slow the market down. And what it did was it did slow the detached housing market down immediately. In August of 2016, for the 2 years previous to that, the detached housing market pretty much everywhere in Greater Vancouver had been rolling along. Once that tax came in, it brought it to a grinding halt. But what happened was the townhouse and condo market kept moving along, and that went on for the next almost 24 months until May of 2018, when the condo market finally started to slow off a little bit. So what happened was it started to level off through May of 18, and for about a year until May of 2019, the market was sluggish as well. The lower parts of the condo and townhouse market still remained reasonably strong, but the higher ends were pretty darn quiet. So when we got to the middle of last year, around May 2018, the entire market, which had been trickling down, not bursting or imploding like everyone had called for, it had trickled down, and the entire market on average came down about 10% during that period of time between August 18 and May of 2019. And then when it started to level off or stop trickling down, it kind of leveled off through the last part of last year, and inventory started to decrease at the same time. Now we're seeing in January of this year, the inventory, or there were less listings that came on the market in January, and we're starting to see inventories get lower. This is the first indication of starting to see prices start to rise. We're starting to see some bidding wars happen, depending on which part of the city you're in. So how does all of this happen with a market that's had so much? If you'd put all of these taxations on any other market in any other town except for maybe Toronto, in Vancouver, in Canada, you would absolutely kill the market. But it hasn't done it here. The market's kept cruising along. And the reason for that is there are 40,000 people that move to the Lower Mainland every year. So to give you an idea of what that means, in 1945, right after World War II, the population of the Lower Mainland was 400,000 people. By Expo in 1986, there was 1.4 million people. By the year 2000, there was 2 million people. Today, there's approximately 2.8 million people. And they say by 2040, there's going to be 4 million people in the Lower Mainland. This place is landlocked. there's no more land to build on. So that's why we're starting to see all over the city things densifying, land assemblies all over the place. It doesn't matter what suburb you're in, and creating multifamily where there was 2 or 3 detached homes before. Now there'll probably be 8 or 11 homes for people to move into. This is the way of the future. The city is changing. Whether we are old-time Vancouver people and we like it or not, that's just what happens to world-class cities. And this is why all the doom prognosticators to this point have been wrong. If you ask me, the only thing that could screw up the real estate market long-term in this city is a major earthquake. That may have some long-term effect. Everybody tells us it's going to, or the scientists all tell us it's going to happen one day. It could happen tomorrow, or it might not happen for another 300 or 400 years. So as far as looking forward into 2020 goes on, for the short term, I think we're going to see prices, we're going to see bidding wars, and I think we're going to see prices start to increase a little bit more this spring as we're heading towards the summer months. So again, if you'd like the current value of your home emailed to you instantly, please go to vancouverhousevalues.net. If you enjoyed this video or you think I don't know what I'm talking about, make a comment, good or bad. Or please subscribe to our YouTube page. I'm Jamie Hooper with Remax Crest and jamiehooper.com, and we'll look forward to speaking with you again soon.